Hello, very warm welcome. Let's talk Pirelli. A subject we should not be covering, but we got to cover it, given two massive tyre failures. Was it caused by debris? Pirelli have come out and said it's cause of debris. Of course, they're not going to come out and say it's a tyre issue, because that's going to look horrendous. But time and time again, we have seen persistent tyre issues with Pirelli. This is not a one-off. It will happen again. Pirelli, they're just not good enough. This is the pinnacle of motorsport, and you've got tyres letting go at 200 mile an hour. It's dangerous, and that is not entertainment at all. Stroll and Max, very lucky at Baku. Both flat out and both rear left tyres go. Now Pirelli say debris likely cause of Stroll and Max crashes, as they reveal they found a cut in Lewis Hamilton's tyre also. A pair of high-speed crashes for Aston Martin's Lance Stroll and race leader Max, from which both drivers remained unharmed, turned the Azerbaijan into carnage. Pirelli boss Mario Isola told media after the race that he believed debris was the cause for the blowouts. I'm calling bullshit on this one. I think Pirelli are trying to cover their own backs. I think it was a tyre failure. Now, Pirelli are going to argue that the teams are going too far, like trying to stretch and push the limits. But we all know the limit of the tyre was 40 laps. Lance Stroll did 31, 32. So on lap 30 of the race, Stroll had a literally huge blowout near the pit lane. Yeah, and he was very alarmed, as you would be, because he's doing 200 mile an hour. And then Max, in the lead, dominating the race, should have won the race every day of the week. And then he has a blowout, hits the pit wall. And the red flag came out, and rightfully so, that all teams could change tyres. And it was critical that they did change tyres, because if we went racing again, the same thing could have occurred again. So it was a brilliant and safe thing to do to change tyres. Yeah. But again, we've seen this time and time again. You go back to Silverstone, 2013, blowing left, right and centre. Nico Rosberg at Spa. And these are just ones that come off the top of my head. And now we've seen it again at Baku. So this is not a new thing. This has happened too many times under the Pirelli regime. We've had many tyre suppliers in Formula 1. Michelin, Bridgestone, Pirelli. Pirelli's head of F1 and car racing didn't believe that tyre wear had been an issue in either incident, with Isola telling the media, "I believe I can exclude the failures were due to tyre wear, because it's not a matter of tyre wear. The rear left tyre is not the most stressful tyre in Baku. It's the rear right." I don't want to give any conclusions, but it seems that it is a cut due to debris. Now obviously Baku, there's a high chance of debris given it is a street circuit. Early on in the race, we saw Charles Leclerc had to go, cut the corner at turn 15 due to debris being on the track. I think it was a branch. Yeah. So basically, another element was there was no sign or any warning, according to the teams. There was no warning about the tyre. It was absolutely out the blue for Red Bull. Yeah. On the telemetry, no vibration, so they are fully saying it's a cut. For Max, it could have been debris from Lance's car. But then that's that boils down to the racetrack not being cleaned sufficiently enough. Yeah, where do we stand on this? Again, we're talking about tyres when we should be talking about a great Baku Grand Prix. But for me, that's not entertainment. This is the pinnacle of motorsport, and seeing two rear left tyres blow out at 200 mile an hour is massively dangerous. And credit to the F1 cars for being so safe these days. It's not entertainment to see drivers crash. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I don't like we're talking about tyres again. But under the Pirelli regime, this is a constant topic. They went a step softer on the tyres coming into Baku. Was that the right call? Yeah. Very dangerous, very alarming, and they're under pressure now, Pirelli, because going into France, they've got like a week before France, and some serious investigation needs to happen, because having a blowout at 200 mile an hour, whether it was caused by debris, whether it's a Pirelli tyre issue, I think Pirelli are blaming it on debris. They're trying to cover their own backs. Obviously, they're not going to come out and say it's a tyre failure, because that looks horrendous for Pirelli and the company of producing tyres. But yeah, I mean, it's not the first time we've seen it. And just imagine what the drivers are going through. They see Lance Stroll come round 200 mile an hour. Of course, he was on a long stint, but the tyres should go 40 laps. Stroll had only done around 30, 32, so he shouldn't have been in any problem. If you go into 42, 43, then you call Aston Martin in saying, why are you going over the limit of what's been like they tell you the Pirelli tyre can do 40 laps. If you go and do 43, then why are you going over what recommended? That's the word, recommended. But yeah, 30, 31 laps it went. Massive crash. Lance Stroll visibly shaken, as you would be. 200 mile an hour blowout. Very dangerous. And then Max in the lead, minding his own business, dominating the race. 5 seconds ahead of his teammate. He had the win sewn up, wrapped up, and bang, his tyre goes straight in and out the race. Massive 25 points. And just think, come the end of the season, that could be critical. So, my honest opinion is, I feel Pirelli are deflecting away from the real issue. They're trying to blame it on debris. And it could have been debris. We don't know the facts of the matter. Pirelli will have the tyres. They will be inspecting the tyres, doing a full procedure and analysing what happened. But it's like a theme with Pirelli. This is not the first time, and it won't be the last. Constantly, we see this. And, yeah, if it was debris, then that's kind of unfortunate, but I would not be surprised if Pirelli are trying to cover their own backs. We've heard it time and time again. We've seen it time and time again. This is the pinnacle of motorsport. We cannot have tyres blowing. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable and it's dangerous. And as a driver, just imagine you're going 200 mile an hour and you can't trust the tyres will hold. And we can't have this going into France. As much as we don't like Paul Ricard as a circuit, it's a fast track. Some fast corners. Silverstone. Can you imagine going through the likes of Abbey, Copse, Maggots, Beckett's? We cannot have this. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable at the highest level. And Pirelli need to do a big investigation into this and get it sorted ahead of Paul Ricard. Comment down below your thoughts. And I cannot believe I've actually had to do a video regarding tyres when we should be talking about the racing and what a unpredictable podium it was. Comment down below. Get involved. Adios.